Hello everyone and welcome to 9 Inch Charge, a Warhammer Age of Sigmar and Warhammer The Old World discussion channel. Well, it's been a really fun run looking through all of these brand new rules for aos3. Today is the penultimate episode where we're going to look at priests, but on Sunday we're going to do a live stream where we run through the top rules changes for aos3. Tom from the Old World podcast is going to join us, and I thought together we might upgrade him to Tom 3.0, discussing all our favourite new rules together. So please check that out on the channel and set a reminder if that's something you'd like to join in with. But without further ado, on to today's topic. Priests have had it too good for too long in Age of Sigmar, if you ask me, being able to essentially cast spells and endless spells or invocations without the chance of them being unbound. Well, not any longer. Priest Wars is on. Let's have a look. Invocations work much as they did before, but with one important exception. Your opponent's priest can now attempt to banish them. At the start of your hero phase, you can attempt to banish one invocation with each friendly priest instead of chanting a prayer with that priest in that hero phase. The same player cannot attempt to banish the same invocation more than once per phase. To attempt to banish an invocation, pick one invocation within 48 inches of a friendly priest that is visible to them. Then make a banishment roll by rolling a dice. If the roll is greater than the answer value for that invocation, it is banished and removed from play. An invocation cannot be summoned again in the same turn that it was removed from play. Well, 48 inches is certainly a long way to be able to have a go at banishing these invocations. That's quite impressive, but you do need line of sight to it. This might be one for the FAQs, but the wording makes me think that in a game between Fyreslayers versus Fyreslayers, say I was to banish a enemy Molten Infernoth, I then wouldn't be able to then summon one of my own in the same turn that I'd banished one. Mirror matches are quite uncommon, but just something to bear in mind. The main thing is that finally we'll be able to get rid of these priest-summoned pests from the battlefield when our enemies cast them, and that is something that we have all been crying out for. But it doesn't end there. There are also two new prayers that all priests will be able to gain access to. The first one is Bless. The priest calls upon the gods to protect the faithful. Bless is a prayer that has an answer value of 4 and a range of 12 inches. If answered, pick one friendly unit wholly within range and visible to the caster until the start of your next hero phase. That unit has a ward of 6+. Really like it. Great little bubble for a unit that you want to protect, especially with all the mortal wounds being dished out now. You really want to have access to a ward save just to help to negate some of those. Wholly within 12 though, so you are going to have to keep your priest close to units, but shouldn't really be an issue. With the range of their ability to dispel being 48, they should be able to stay close to a unit and be effective dispellers at the same time. And next is Smite. The priest calls upon the gods to vanquish a heretic. Smite is a prayer that has an answer value of 2 and a range of 48. If answered, pick one enemy priest within range and visible to the chanter. That enemy priest suffers 1 mortal wound. If the chanting rolls a 6 or more, that enemy priest suffers d3 mortal wounds instead of 1. This is situational, it can pick the last wound off of a priest, but realistically it's not going to do a whole lot. I mean, for example, a slaughter priest has 6 wounds. So you're going to need to successfully do this on the priest every single turn of the game, and it's on a 2+, so chances are you'll fail one. So if you focused your priest solely with the intent of destroying the enemy slaughter priest, you probably wouldn't do it all game with this ability. So I'm not overly impressed with it, but if it's in combat or if it's been shot a bit and it's down to 1 or 2 wounds, you might do this just on the chance to get rid of it. But that's it really. Bless is where it's at, and that is what it is all about, I think. Being able to get rid of these incantations and being able to give 6+ ward save to protect against mortal wounds, that's really what the priests are going to be doing. And I think there is going to be access to even more than they've teased just here in the core rules, but probably get more onto that later on when they're out officially. Currently, I don't take any priests in my army, but now I'm definitely tempted to. The ability to get rid of these incantations and get access to some of my own would be great. Plus, I love the Rune Lord model, and I love the Lord Veritant lore and background, so either one of those suits me down to the ground. What will you do with your armies? What do you think? Are you going to start painting up some priests off the back of this, like I am? Let me know, and please be sure to drop this video a like if you enjoyed it, and please consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching. This has been 9 Inch Charge, and I will catch you next time.